Hi, you're welcome to Success Tips. In this video today, we will be discussing on why going for a master's degree may not be the best decision you can take as a young graduate. We have so many people that are stuck with their master's degree certificates, and then after it all, they end up doing a kind of a menial job that they never signed up for, or they end up with a hand-to-mouth kind of a business. Okay, now someone may want to say, okay, is that the only proof you have while trying to condemn people from going for their master's degree? No. If you're having that kind of a question in your own mind, then I challenge you to stick to the end of this video. Then you will get to understand that going for a master's degree might be the worst decision you can ever make. Now, this is where the whole problem starts, okay? One of the most delusional points in your own lifetime as an individual is during your undergraduate studies. You will feel you have the most brightest future in the world, okay? You will feel life is just set for you. You will believe in your mind that you have a very, very strong prospect, and then life is going to be as smooth as you have never imagined, okay? So your mind is far away from the reality. All that runs through your mind during such moment is that, okay, now I need to study my books, I need to go and pass my courses, so I need to be able to, just do well in my academic. And to even make it worse, you might even be battling with carryovers, you might be battling with low performance and everything, and your family will be proud of you. Why? Because you are in your undergraduate studies, and then everybody believes in the family that these have already made it in life. Okay, so now this is where the problem comes. Okay, many people never get to realize that until after they have graduated. That is when their mind will be reset back to reality, and then they will begin to face what life really is. That is when you will begin to see people panicking. You will see people running up and down for job, without any proper orientation. You will see people starting off businesses they never had any idea about. You will see people jumping up and down, making all sorts of comments. They begin to think this person, this uncle is a bad uncle, he haven't gotten a job for me. This senator is a very bad senator because he's the closest friend to my dad, but he haven't gotten me a job. This uncle could have connected me with his classmates that are influential, who could have gotten me a job. And then they go around creating all form of bad energy, creating bad relationship with people, saying all sort of things behind people. Then here comes the next thought, okay? Most people, while passing through such situation, the next thing that comes to their mind is, okay, now I need to go for a master's degree. Okay, so I need to go for my master's, and then my master's degree is going to solve all the problems. So people just jump into master's degree with the expectation that master's is going to do the magic. Master's certificate is going to do the magic. But they never sat down and then look at it. Okay, now, if my bachelor's degree certificate couldn't do the magic, what makes me believe that my master's certificate can actually do the magic? You will just wake up and then you will see a massive number of people enrolling for master's degree for this very reason. If you have faced this situation, or if you have been passing through this situation, or if you are even currently passing through this situation, it might be that you are still an undergraduate student. Please pay so much attention. I have a life-saving information and a life-saving knowledge for you so that you won't be engulfed in that kind of a cycle. As a starter, one thing you need to know is that our world of today is much more interested in people who can get the job done, and not just people who are merely having a degree certificate to their names. The reason why most graduates struggle after their first degree is not because their degree certificate is not enough, no, but because they don't just have what it takes to fit into the marketplace. And when I say marketplace in this context, I don't just mean you having a job, no. It can mean you having a job, yeah, quite sure, and it also can mean you having a business or owning a business. For you to fit into the marketplace, there's one major thing that you need to have, and that one thing you need to have is experience. I know this may sound familiar to you, and then this may sound something that you must have heard somewhere, but then you don't really know how important, you don't really know how deep the significance of experience, can be in a person's life. We will be looking at experience in the context of getting a job, and then we will look at experience in the context of starting a business. Now let's talk about the job. Let's say you studied accounting in the university, okay, and then you have never had any job, you have not taken any job in your life, and then you want to just get a job and then start working, okay? One thing you fail to understand is that there are people who just have a diploma degree or diploma certificate in accounting, but they have had 1 or 2 jobs in their lifetime, okay? And then if you want to compete for a job with such people, it will be difficult for you, because those are people that have seen what it means, to work as an accountant in a practical situation, okay? And then one thing you need to have is that as a young graduate, you need to definitely have those experience, okay? Even if it means for you to go and start working as a volunteer with a government, with a government parastatal, or with an organization, with a company, or with any small business, if you can be able to have an opportunity to go and start working, as an employee to anybody, just for you to get that experience, that is what you want to do, okay? You need to have that experience for you to be able to fit into the marketplace. You may be thinking, okay, now that I've been looking for a job and then they have been shortlisting me, and then I will go for the written test, I will go for interview, and then I will end up not getting the job. I will compete with a lot of people that, are having maybe bachelor's degree, and then those people end up getting that job ahead of you, and then maybe you even compete with people that are just having a diploma certificate, and then those people end up getting a job, and then the next thing you'll have in your mind is, okay, I think I need to go back for my master's degree so that I can be able to stand a chance to getting a job, okay? If you have been having that in your own mind, then please don't be deceived. You might end up going back to have that master's degree and then come back with your certificate and then continue your battle with the people that are having a diploma certificate, or even people that are still having a bachelor's degree certificate, and then those people will beat your hands down and then pick the job while you are watching them. And you may want to ask, why is that so? That is simply because they have experience on the job and then you don't. You might be a civil engineer, for instance, and then you just graduated and then you just go into the labor market and start hunting for jobs, okay? There are thousands of people that know both the book and then the practical work, okay? There are people that if you just give them the plan, okay, you just give them the building plan, they can erect the building for you from the ground up to the finishing level, okay? While you just have your own degree certificate, you don't have the experience, okay? You don't expect to go and compete with such people, okay? And neither going back for a master's degree will solve your own problem, okay? The major thing you will need to have is to just go and attach yourself to any firm, attach yourself to any person that is having experience with that, and then keep following the person until you are able to gather experience, until you are able to build up skills upon yourself to be able to compete in the labor market. I explained to you earlier that one of the delusional aspects of your own life is during your undergraduate studies, okay? But now there are people who are smart enough, people who are exposed enough, to realize this while they are still in their undergraduate studies, and then they begin to think, okay, what can I be able to do in order to make my future bright? What are the things I need to do for me to be able to, have all the things that it takes for me to be able to do well in the marketplace? Okay, now you will see such people, while they are still in their undergraduate studies, they start going to site, they follow people who are doing, building projects, when the school is on break, they engage themselves, by going to different building sites, and then they pick a first-hand experience while they are still passing through their undergraduate studies, okay? You will see people while they are still students, they go and then do a volunteer job in some institutions, in some companies, or things like that, and then while you are just focusing on your studies, and then during your break you just travel, go and chill and enjoy yourself, while other people who understand life go and start doing some jobs that will give them experience, okay? And then when you graduate, even if you graduate at the same year with such people, don't think you're at the same level with them, okay? No, because they have both the theoretical aspect of it, which is the certificate, and then they have the practical aspect of it, and then those people can easily fit into the marketplace, okay? So it's very important for you to think of going to having a practical experience when it comes to you fitting into the marketplace, but certainly not you going back for a master's degree. Now the next thing we will be talking about is experience in terms of a business, okay? Now, let's say you just graduated as, a young graduate, and then you want to start a business, and then you start a business, it fails, you start a business, it fails, you start, it fails, and then the next thing is, I want to go back to my master's degree. No, you don't want to be doing that. The best thing you can be able to do in that situation is to go and work for someone that owns a business. Even if it means for you to work for a full 1 year, even if the person is just going to be giving you, money that will be enough for you to feed yourself, it's enough for you to go and start up getting experience for yourself. It might be that you must have studied things like how to manage a business, how to manage a customer, record keeping, managing complex businesses. In fact, you must have studied all sorts of topics around business areas. But if you don't have the practical knowledge, if you don't have the practical experience on a business, then you may not be able to make a successful business. And even if you go back for your master's degree, that is how you will go and still come back and be starting businesses that will fail, okay? But someone who have had a practical experience on a business, for instance, he will understand what it means for his product to expire. He will understand that there are times when he will produce some things and then he may not be able to sell all of it, and then there are chances that all those products will just spoil, okay? some people, you know, may even come to your own, you know, to patronize your products, and then at the end of the day they will give you all promising statements. Okay, I'm coming back, you know, to get you, let's say 40 units of those products, but then at the end of the day they never come. Okay, so a person that have a practical experience on the business will get to know all those things. So it's very important for you to understand that going for a practical experience before starting a business is very important, but certainly not going back for a master's degree. If you look at statistics, most of the people that start a business and never struggle too much before the business start up are people that have had, you know, experience on the job or on the business. Okay, sometimes you will see someone, you know, running his undergraduate studies, and then you see that person working for another person that is having a business. While that person is working as an employee to his boss, he's picking experience on how to manage products. He's picking an experience on how to do bookkeeping. He's picking an experience on how to manage customers. He's picking an experience on how to manage, you know, complex situations in a business. And then while that person gets to graduate, you don't expect that kind of a person to struggle while trying to start up his own business. Okay, so it's very important for you to think of getting an experience on the job, getting experience on the business, getting experience on the skills, you know, think of any kind of a thing that you want to go into. It's very important for you to get an experience in addition to your first degree certificate. Now this takes us to the last part of the video. I know someone must have been grumbling, okay, now how will this person come and tell us that, okay, a master's degree is not good, going for a master's is not the best decision you can take? Now, there are some situations that going for a master's degree will actually mean so much to you and then will propel you for a better success in life. What situations can that be? Okay, if you want to pursue career in the academics, for instance, you want to become a professor, your dream has always been, you know, wanting to become a professor, or you want to become a lecturer, for instance, then going for a master's degree will be one of the steps that you need to take in order to pursue that career. Okay, another scenario where going for a master's degree will actually propel you for a better success in life is when you already have a job and then you have been in that job and then you want to further your education or you want to further your understanding in that particular career, then going for a master's degree will also be an added advantage for you on that job. Okay, or for instance, you already have a business you are running and then you want to further expand your knowledge in that business area, then going for your master's degree in that specific area will also increase your potentiality of becoming a very big business person. But I tell you, if your major reason of enrolling for a master's degree is simply because life have hit you hard or life have become so difficult for you after graduation and then you don't really know what to do, and then the next thing you want to go and do is to go for your master's degree, then I tell you that is not the best decision you can take. Otherwise, you will go and bag your master's degree certificate and still come back and continue with the frustration. I believe this video was very helpful to you, and if this is your first time on this YouTube channel, I will want you to hit on the subscribe button below, and if you are a returning viewer, I would love to say thank you. Okay, I will need one favor from you. Please share this video with just one person, a friend, a colleague, you know, a relative, so that they will also get to learn this and then implement it in their own lives. But before then, see you guys in another video. Bye.